Right, back to the campaign. New page. Unlock the Louis IV Friends page. Don't know how the events. New hand on history. You unlocked the Hawk Hand video. There's a lot of unlocks here. Absolutely carry on. So now we're heading off to Lincoln. Okay, so that will be number 6, the Lincoln one.
After England defeated the French at the Battle of Bremule, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king, but Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln.
Been there.
Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day.
Quite nice. Lincoln Cathedral's like on the hill just overlooking the valley, so it's quite a good view of it, really. First Battle of Lincoln.
Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army.
Come, Estes commander. Beth, not slew. Here we have a bridge for the Thines. Essa should be here and send them in. sua thuetist. Hierwe for
So
blood
this
is
is
a
the
should be
location
here.
they're coming in.
What beath in it? Oh,
Volwende di hesta. Ridende sua het. Volwende di hesta. Helder ned. Stirende nu. Verende sua het. Ich amante fara.
So,
Ridende forth. Helder ned. Stirende nu. Verende sua het.
so maybe it's not an ambush somewhere else. Ah, ambush
Ridende
site.
forth.
Right. Wrong
Helder
place.
ned.
send a man to me
It says ambush there. I suppose there's different ambush sites.
Courser saddled. Scouter erect.
Move all units to ambush sites. Set all units to...
Ich amante
We have
fara.
to move two.
What beath in hesten?
So,
It's for fifth in his.
let's try and move.
Scouter is ready to read. Doende mi jute. Verende sua het. Luende di hesta. Ich will do that. Ridende forth. Het welle beodon. Ich will do that. Ich habe found the foe. Ridende sua het. Helder ned. Stirende nu.
So, it's saying the main ambush site's there, so...
What wilt
pre-
thou?
Presumably I just should put my units there.
Give me hest. Doende mi jute. Verende sua het.
Robert received word that Welsh troops under Matilda's banner were en route to join forces with him. But King Stephen had the roads to Lincoln heavily guarded, and the route was not without risk, even for the hardy Welshmen.
Amante fara. Wider Sulichka.
Send a man each to a sworth. Herewith each to a sworth. What beath in hest? Each obey thine head. Send a man to herewith. This I shouldn't be
Or
here.
maybe they're just sitting there, so I don't know.
Making their way to Lincoln, Matilda's Welsh allies were ambushed by the king's soldiers. Robert's men would need to aid the Welsh if they wanted their help in breaking the siege.
So, it seems
What
like
wilt thou? Each for fifth in his. What beath?
Germa away to Faren.
whatever I was supposed to do. Could be it just says take cover through the woods so you get to the location.
Each to his aliata.
Saddled. Scouter is
Jappeth uppe. Tacketh uppe thine armes. Beth not slew. Gaff.
Tremendous! Soldier be!
We haven't been a shot the boat for her.
Ich amante fara.
And the Romans aggressive for stone. What will German Jahre Tunnel? Tacketh uppe thine armes. Glory be of Sicilia.
Each obey thine his.
Tacketh uppe thine armes.
Give me hestes. Verende sua het. Ridende sua het. Doende mi jute.
Jonas, ich suche Hesse Aliata.
Ich habe found the foe.
It's so necessary. This shouldn't be here.
Joining forces on the road to Lincoln, Matilda's allied troops made for the castle to lift the siege.
With a surely die come on the fara. Het wel be doen. Ik wil doen dat.
Men of armies are corrected for store. We then get day.
Volwende die hesta.
So it's not actually that there's
Read
any
this way.
units coming, it's just saying where you can
Ik wil doen dat.
lift it or go
Ridende
through.
forth.
Hierwe for blood on Baal.
So I actually might be able to take that mark.
Each fortnight in his.
Klart. Nu hestes perhaps.
Ich du so du hättest.
Actually,
Not said, not slow. Gath! And Shanka forth of her. Shanka of her. Estas nu. Every change away like this.
sets all units to stand ground. It could be maybe I have to stand ground.
Not slaying.
If
We have
if
it
that
best.
works. Otherwise I'll just sneak here and attack these guys.
Tulkes. Jauk now, Hatlop.
Shouldn't be here. Ich obey thine hest.
Robert's men concealed themselves in a sheltered grove and lay in wait for the enemy.
Send them at the Wakers.
Oh, I see. So it's just I didn't press that button that was the problem.
Die come on the fara.
Hierwe for send Essa shouldn't be here. Ich du so.
Atlantic for store. Men of battle.
Robert defeated the first column of Stephen's reinforcements, but he knew more were on the way.
Second column.
Ich forfeit in Hess. Ich du so du hättest. Essa shouldn't be here.
With a surely each het well build up.
Ich obey thine
Ich
hest.
habe found the floor.
What will tell? What be ich so hess? Ich du so du hättest. Essa shouldn't be here. Ich forfeit in Hess.
Get the leg.
For store.
With more of Stephen's reinforcements eliminated, Robert was steadily undermining the siege.
Final column. Hopefully I'll still be standing rather than
Not slow.
units a bit weak here.
Essa shouldn't be.
Scouter,
Ich obey thine hest.
the fiend has been up.
That was my
Hierwe for
mistake,
blood
I
on
think.
Baal. Send them at the Minowakers. ich so what bin ich du so vorher.
Mit Dieters, Herr Herwigan! With a turn of Pitsua, Celia, Herwin, future foot! Men of armies! We're bent for ende ute! Every chanyana! That's the man that doesn't flesh alone.
Robert's men decimated King Stephen's reinforcements and were poised to break the siege.
Ich fortsetzen es.
Continuing the push towards Lincoln, Robert sent in a large company of reinforcements to aid his vanguard.
Right, let's put some-
To further weaken the siege, Robert would need to cut off Stephen's supplies. He targeted the nearby market town.
Cursa is saddled, scouter, doende mi dute. Hetwelle beodon.
Send them in as soon as
Vegas is
Start
enemy
on
me!
them, make sure they don't stand. Yep.
ich du so vorhättest.
Observe, she can't do. Yes.
Each sail the bow!
Harry and the rest.
Stand
Es soon as here.
Shitende, suahet!
Rallying to Matilda's cause, a large group of knights arrived at Lincoln to bolster Robert's army. With the market town in ruins, King Stephen's supplies began to dwindle.
Tidwindleth, Bereth.
Look how you'll be ready, Freckis. At me no word. Send.
Men av armies are connected, pushed ferret, men of armies.
Ik doe dat. Hetwelle beodon. Polwende die hesta.
Robert's forces spotted a large detachment of Stephen's soldiers guarding the castle gates.
Doende mi dute.
If they hoped to liberate Lincoln, they would need to break the blockade and rout the army.
Ik ga monte fara.
So we need to really come in from this area, I think.
Hetwelle beodon.
Yeah, I
Ridende
think
forward.
it's just to this side. Right,
Obese
so,
ich libet here.
It is see.
so horsemen are archers. The horses would go for the archers, but we need something to take out the spearmen. So horses would come in. We send our units to assault that. horsemen come in from this side. Archers take out these guys as horses come in. I think something like that.
Fatal knytes jara. With a
Scout
Schulich guy.
guys. Let's put
Give
some-
me head. Ridende so ahead. Doende mi tute. Vandus isana nirbi.
Hestes and on. Steppeth to it, Arwaymen.
We don't want to keep our archers back because they might just suddenly start firing.
He canna do.
What? Men of arms, men of arms. We will verende ut.
Ich obey thine hess.
Number 1
Alle
and
Knights,
number
ja.
3 is our horses. We want them to charge here as soon as our
Ich liebe to hear it.
seconds. So
What wilt thou?
Yeah, for me, a boat.
archers on units. So when these guys get to
What
there,
behath in Heston?
so you guys attack.
Ich obey thine hess.
Archers there. Horses. Back going last fight. Try to take the Swordmen, archers. Let's work like that.
Robert's forces scattered the king's army, leaving the gates to the castle unguarded.
Pierre Hestes.
Nu, Tullius, he shall lay. Ut readeth nu, Tullius.
Fuse Tullius. Hestes.
Get to the ready for war day, Franklins.
Robert's men finally united with Lincoln's garrison. They could now use the castle to strengthen their army. To lift the siege, they needed to destroy the enemy camps surrounding the castle.
With a Schulich guy. Verende so ahead. Scouter, ready to Helder Ned. Stirende nu. Ik wil doen dat. Give me Hester. Doende mi
A
duty.
bit of exploration.
Seat the Hestes.
Kusuri, volwende the Hester. Kusa, doende mi duty. Het wel be odon. Look at jou be ready, Frankis.
Wage of it. Okay. Anyways, just mine. I need more gold. Some guys less.
Get to the red shall lay. Benita, stand in the yard.
Hestes cometh Arway of Lipoli on the stirreth. Al Suitha, yes. Dresseth jou ar. Op nen verreth Arwaymen. Here, Hestes. Asteriath, Rathe Arwaymen. Steppeth to it, Arwaymen.
Okay.
Ik heel doe dat nu. Aye. Ik heel build that for thee.
Each understunder.
And Sealy.
It's a nice wall. Tech. I'll keep off this tech until I've got a bit more gold.
Omnitus, give a good battle, Knitas!
There we go. We made that 8. Go.
What needeth worker?
What needeth beyond over there?
Attendant to Hestus. Ich will do that.
Every ziet het ver en ute, every chan. No full material.
Hestus and on board sewer.
Where is Satan? Alpha Knitas, Sultans! And get to service! Knitas, for water, Knitas! Alpha Knitas, yeah! Alpha Knitas, yeah! Now, Apple Tulkas!
I need a priest to heal units. Let's get another one. I don't see anything to hunt, so
With a surely vollwendet the Hester.
see if there's any more supplies.
Elder Ned. Stirende nu. Ridende forth.
Ich be boon to hear.
Safe to Hestes. Ik will have that he build in an arm. Build ende that return.
Knitas! Jonas, here we go. Within Garganda.
See they to worker. Every charm and tendeth.
Anything else? Yeah, if we go and hunt here,
Ik will build that for they.
if I got some more stone, I can build a town centre on the far side. Spam out some villagers. We get some more stone mining.
You're right to done. See they to work.
And then we'll get a town centre, do more mining there. That should give us a bit more.
What needeth beyond done? Every chance! Good day is number that! It is something a word of better. All the Knitas, yeah, Knitas, for all the Knitas!
This might be our next.
Knitas, an ik rede voor. Yea, ik am gant. Arthur Knitas, Knitas. In the south. For Warde,
You go there.
to Snoop, to
You
his.
guys take out.
Knitas, ja! Niemand net zo much! Knitas, in the
Please, you go there.
Every cat and
Go.
Knitas, ja! Knitas, ja! At mina word! Knitas, alla sitter!
Oops, I lost.
Ik kan gante! At mina word! Knitas, it's living to hear them! Din Hester?
Den Monkas a standeth, I will be it done.
Just keep them back.
It is seated to
I
fair.
accidentally moved them. Let's carry on.
Hark
rails of stone. Do we have enough to... We don't have enough yet. Any more stone is here. That's good.
Ikil happy that he building an on.
Knitas i Shaolene! Send them to me workers! Alpha Knitas, ja! Och Waldes Reckes! Mitt barn har Bessian! And then take a servant! Show them What needeth be undone? See thee to work. Now Fende is bending.
Gold gathering. So how many gold? We've got 6, 8, 2.
What needeth be undone?
Be alright for...
You're ready to done some work. Berende, so what?
What Hirende Thin Hester?
I think we'll do some
Hey,
repairing.
everybody
of these.
See thee to work.
Every charm and 10 days.
That building will be... Bring them! At the ready! On the way, new!
Every charm and 10 days.
Okay, new town centre is going to be... Put it here.
Build end day that Rita news.
Arika!
How are we doing?
Safe to Hestes.
Take another that's 2. This is like quite
See thee to work at. Reaper Ravens are not going.
It's never to hear them! Something to Shetton. Hear them! All the
Hester!
E Brooker hunting day, Ora.
Let's get some more gold because we're a bit low on gold here. You end go there. Go there.
Spanner on the loaded. All of Benita's yard. Let us read it, please.
Cavalry. I'll have to make some cavalry.
Every charge and tender.
Cavalry over here.
If you'll build it, that's for they. They to work.
Got blacksmith, are we?
Build it.
What needeth be undone? What needeth be undone?
Hearkeneth, Thaler.
How we need... I think we got enough stone. It's just really about keeping our fortified positions. Pick up some
Shoulder and crossbows, men of arms, mail to dawn. Men of arms, I
seem to be able to...
Roger, reader of that will be able to...
Springer moving things, search engine!
See things to work at.
So... we'll up our wood count a bit.
An honor to hear it!
What needeth be undone?
Don't think we need to
All of Benita's yard! All of Benita's for Warden Breakers! Mit Banderes!
The Shulu do they make?
I wonder if you can just sneak around. Like, if I sneak my horsemen, well, I got pikemen and units, but if I sneak up one side, I can just come in without getting piked here. So if we
Seath to Hestes.
let's move the. I can build another castle. Let's see. Put a castle in there. It would not be good in a good location.
Ikil habi that he build in anon.
Leave the rest of. So if we put archers. So go.
Every time, and 10 dead. Build end day that return.
Oh, it's ball of 2000. Yeah, I know that the balls are very much stronger and dangerous here. They get, not that we need any balls really.
What will hold the hand with us! Hold! Be ready for
Arthur Knitas Yard.
what shall each do? Every ship is updated!
Obedience. In a good freedom! Now, Arthur Tulkas! Let us freedom! Knitas! Arthur Knitas!
So, my knight's gonna go here, and he's gonna go there.
For honor! Knitas!
200. Right, everyone.
Arcanet Verhastes! And Pender! Thing is to dog for when they we sungas.
Saddled upper, on the ready. Go and depot.
Should hold wire.
We are an undre beyond this hour, we rest!
Tulkens! Verhastes!
Unde highway left!
Attendeth well, Hestes. Springer at the ready. Hestes, yeah. Better, Tulkas, better. Any Anagande to push it. To when they hit.
The Arthur Knitas Yard.
Thank you, there,
Matilda's forces struck hard, destroying one of King Stephen's siege camps. King Stephen was spotted, shielded by his men. To end the siege, Matilda's forces needed to capture Stephen and rout his army.
Everything is updated.
Yep, get good battle, Knitas. For one days on the race, Knitas. Knitas. Look at me.
Bring our horses.
Stephen's army had broken through the sturdy walls of Lincoln Castle. Those loyal to Matilda had to ensure that the keep did not fall.
You're right to done some work.
Right, you got build.
That for they.
Get at the Swinton, Jumpo. Ikil and Ian on.
Stay ready, crossbowers. Away we go.
How are we doing that? Let's keep on building units. More archers there. Horses. Build some siege weapons. There we go. Priest or two.
Boon, yes, sir.
You guys don't need to be there anymore. You
On
can
the
go
fortas.
so now we can
Look for your be ready. Get be ready for greeters. Stand out. Read it.
Freck is hot.
heal you guys.
Seizure engine.
I need a lot more upstairs. Get some
Yara onto a mark.
There we go. Oh, they're all going down. So
Estes on commander. Fere, Tulkas Fere. Arkanet för hästen.
Mellanarnes! Aggrötet på stora!
Arkanet Jana. Tulkas, sitta då. Unche, Jari för hästen.
Hold them at once.
so I
Bepresset jou aan, man.
can just take the
Keep it over Marcus Bow.
Sitta hästen. Reaper railing. Sitta the first move. Där är everything. Up, greeters. Ja.
Everything is active. Seizure.
Matilda's men closed in and finally captured King Stephen.
Look jag be thee ready. Ut readeth nu, Tulkis. Freckers. On a swing.
Okay, so we now got to take
Aggress, but mean a
Leftovers. I'm going to come around and see if I
Shall
can
lay
Intended
siege
well,
weapons can
any
stay
other
in
candidate
this
to push
corner.
It is Sitha for actors. Andente to serve. Certes.
Can you get
Fort
around?
Warde Freckes. Mit Balvenes. Certes.
Perhaps not.
Alles with it. Ich liebe to hear it.
No, they can't. I don't think.
You
See
say it's
what's
none
down
more dead.
here.
At mean a word. Fell. We shall lay the yard. Nu, Tulkes, settet yard. And then to serve. And then to serve. Der Sweden med oss ska attende. Fort Warde Freckes. Mit Balvenes. Ich liebe to hear it. It is Sitha for actors, who readeth nu, Tullius. Dute is none but dead. Certes. Alles with it. Andente to serve. Arthur Canitas Yara. Andente to serve. Obeisance is Arne Abdul. Leaderless is anybody. Arne Canitas Fort Warde. I'm Roger. Readerless. Canitas in the top. Fort Warde Freckes. Crossbows Yara on the Britannia. Canitas step high.
King Stephen's army dwindled as Matilda's forces struck down another siege camp.
Intended a great steerende away, al Tutor, or have seen they to Baron.
What needeth be of?
Sister? Yeah. So are they headed?
What's about that? That's in there. That's
Niemand too much arrows!
Harkeneth all!
Canitas! In the top!
Change of Turende, away, Arrow! Unche, Gary Mahesh, don't worry, baby, super!
Jordan, come on! Every John, intended. You can build that for that.
Has been understood.
Look at you, you're honest with it.
The king's army was scattered, and those who didn't fall fled. Matilda's forces had won the battle at Lincoln. But the fight for the crown was not over yet.
victory. York is mine. First Battle of York. Siege weapon, trebuchet.
A counterweight trebuchet was the king of all siege engines. A catapult capable of smashing down castle walls from great distances. At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world. Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with a weight at one end, and a sling to hold the projectile at the other. To prime, the 6-ton weight is raised using tread wheels.
So this is one of the wheels, one of two that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really sends this point of the arm moving at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
For each projectile to follow the same trajectory, they all had to be the same weight and shape. To achieve this, masons used a gauge.
Now I'm going to load this projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of 2 men.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives, even dead bodies. Anything to cause maximum distress to the enemy.
Did you hear that whoosh?
It was the counterweight trebuchet's lethal combination of power and accuracy that made it the ultimate medieval siege weapon.